Good morning, everybody. Oh, good. Oh, what great timing. JoJo's here. I just want to get everybody's attention because typically we have a countdown and then we start everything. But we wanted to. I put a very small video montage together of yesterday's packing event. We have seats right here in the center, Becca, with this cute little yellow shirted lady. Here we go. All right, here we go. So we're gonna watch this video. Yeah, this didn't take hours. But the work that was done yesterday did, and then I'll have Elizabeth come out. They have something to say.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Elizabeth, and was so thrilled to partner with our community friend JoJo in making her vision become a reality. Yesterday, as you saw in this church, it was transformed into a packing powerhouse for our community, and we assembled 108. I knew we'd get more than 100. 108 complete birthday cake in a box packages that included everything needed to make a birthday cake, including plates and napkins and candles and balloons and everything else. And then in addition, we had to run out and get a whole bunch of large Ziploc bags because we had such an outpouring of trinkets. We had a whole table overflowing with items for teens and adults, everything from personal care products to lip balm, to little candies, to, I can't even name it. I mean, the table was spilling over. Notepads, crossword puzzles, everything. And then a whole table for children's items. I think you saw a picture overflowing. So with those items, we thought we'd put them in the birthday box. We had too much abundance. And so we put together 50-ish kits for children where they'll get a little gift bag of things to play with and do, and 75 for teens and adults. So our community will be blessed. JoJo will be, she has agreements, joyful welcomes from the Emergency Food Bank, Loaves and Fishes Food Pantry, Ready Kids, who am I forgetting? Ronald McDonald House. Jabba. Yeah. And so JoJo and her husband's cars are they're riding low on their tires because they are packed with all of that will be going out to serve our community. Thank you all for your financial generosity and donations of items that made this joy possible for people in our community. Thank you.
It's interesting when we talk about this church, and especially in the summer and where people are traveling, and you sit there and go, how do we make a difference? And we do all the time. We just want to make sure the difference we make is the positive ripples that we want to fill this community. And JoJo, thank you for your inspiration. We're here ready for your pebble to turn into a big wave, and we'll be, wave surfing with you. It's really wonderful. So thanks again. She really loves being a center of attention. Okay, please. Thank you so much, JoJo. Thank you so much. So I welcome again. So this is our last Sunday of our speaker series. This is our 4th summer of doing this. And every year we get to meet the most amazing people. Sometimes we meet the people that we've been going to church with for a while, and you go, I didn't know that about you. So we've mixed this up, and we're really excited to welcome John, who actually has been a special music provider here at our church in the past. He also was part of the Derringer, was it the talent show or a coffee house? I think he sang with us there, maybe. I don't know. It's just familiar face, but we're going to get to hear a lot about him. So I was going to remind you at this point in a bit of the housekeeping that if you turn your order over, there is a biography there. So you can get to know a little bit more about before he even speaks. And on your table, remember, during the time when we're doing the Q&A, not the Q&A, when we're doing, DJ's going to interview his friend, we can write some questions for them that will be collected later. Now, I am looking at some people that are sitting at tables that maybe aren't full, and I hate to ask people to move, but it might be nice. I don't know if I know, I'm looking at you, kid. That it would be nice to fill the tables for a time of communion and sharing. It's good to see some faces we haven't seen for a while, some guests that are back from travels, and some people that are new to our community, kinda, and that's you, John. I'm so happy, and JoJo, we're so glad you're here. I wanted to do, this is from last week. I'm so glad you're not reading this. This is from Ashland last week. It's slipped up under here. I wanted to also let you know, we're back in the preaching saddle again next week, and we're going to be doing a sermon series that I'm excited about. It is often those of us who are familiar with the Hebrew text from Isaiah. We always think about Isaiah talking about the coming of the king and the newborn king and all the foretelling and all of that of Isaiah. And we don't really think about his call for social justice and caring for one another and welcoming others that maybe don't look, think, or believe exactly the way we do, and how we reconcile making this table welcome for all. And we will be talking about that for several weeks, focusing on the text from Isaiah, and I'm excited about it. There is a song where the sermon title came from, that's an old, we would have called it contemporary music 20 years ago, but it's a 20 years old song, and it is called Please Come. And one of the lines that comes out of it is, please come, there is room enough for all of us. You know, his arms are open wide enough for all of us. Let us remember that as we sit together in this space, around tables, sharing stories, our hearts, and learning more about John's. I'll now invite Donna to come forward to lead us in our opening breathing meditation as sung. I think a lot of you are pretty familiar with it by now, so take it over, Donna.
So just for the sake of anyone new, and there's at least one person who may not know the song, it's in 3 parts, very, very simple. The first part goes, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And I'm going to ask Colleen to lead that part when we get back to it. And then the middle part goes, when I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. And then the third part goes, when I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. Okay, now we're going to put it all together. Start with the first part. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, keep going. I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I breathe out love. Amen.
Good morning, everyone. As with last week, we welcome a guest whose passion is music. John is familiar to many of us as a friend of DJ and Colleen, and who joined us a few years ago as a special musical guest, and I feel like I'm being a little redundant at this point. He writes songs from the heart, knowing that words spoken and sung are powerful. If you are inspired by what you hear today, and if you like all the vibe, John will be performing at the Glass House this afternoon, and if you've never been there, it is a spectacular place to relax, chill, and hear some incredible music. And he'll be performing with Gary Green, who is a friend of Elizabeth and I's, and he is probably one of the best harmonica players in the world. He is amazing. He comes with about 40 harmonicas to every performance he does. And having just heard for a moment, the two of them together are going to be spectacular. So if you are looking for some inspiration today, the Glass House, what time does that start? 2 o'clock. So hurry on over there, grab your lunch and go. The Glass House is out in Free Union. So if you go out like you're going to go to Free Union School, but instead of turning left to go down to the school, you turn right, you just keep going. You can Google it and get directions, But don't wait till you get close to it to Google it to get directions, because you may not get any help. So, um, okay, so with the thought of music and in that spirit, I do want to share some quotes. He joins the ranks of musical voices whose sentiments echo through time. From Dylan, those in power write the history, while those who suffer write the songs. I believe in musicians have a duty, said Taylor, a responsibility to reach out, to share your love or pain with others. And from Belafonte, you can cage the singer, but not the song. And from the heart of the poet Donna Ashworth, listen for me in the music, songs we held so dear. I'll find a way to play them so you will feel me near. Each verse will lift your spirits, embrace your weary soul. Each word my soul is sending to help you feel more whole. Listen for me in the music and the nature's music too. The birds will sing my message. They'll chorus my love for you. The wind will play the trees as you are walking by. If you listen very closely, my heart's in every sigh. Listen for me, my love. I'll find a million ways to whisper in your ear that I'm not so far away. Speaking of not so far away, let us welcome John Kelly, who's going to be interviewed by DJ. Come on up and have at it.
All right. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Okay, first question. As you know, I'm a big fan of your singing and songwriting. What sparked your passion and drew you to making a difference in your own way?
I think genetics, and not because my family is innately musical, but because I grew up at a time and as the youngest of five, when the soundtrack of my house was the greatest songs of the 60s and 70s. And I think if they had been, listening to Motley Crue, I might look a lot different today. But I think that was it. Those songs were just filtering around my house and became my musical bedrock.
Nice. At what time in your life did you realize you had this gift for making music?
That's hard. I think probably it was when I was 15 years old and having played at a family campfire on the beach, my cousin, who I'm actually seeing later today to see Jason Isbell, asked me to sing at her wedding. And it was the scariest thing I've ever done, probably. I mean, I had played for a few people, and I was very thankful. She put me in the choir loft in the back of the church because people couldn't see my hand shake and hear my knees knock. But that was really the first time that I had that experience. And then through school, obviously, I did a lot of singing at parties and things. But in terms of making a difference, it's an honor to think that they do. But I think that when I started writing songs from the heart about things that weren't a love song, let's face it, when you first start to play the guitar, you are contractually obligated to write about 50 love songs right in a row. And most of them are terrible. Even my high school girlfriends, I think, were humoring me. But then when it got into other things, I started writing about family, which is something that comes, really naturally to me. And in the course of doing that, I've played this song here before, but I wrote a song about my dad called Good One There. And that song continues. I played it last night out at the homestead and had a meaningful conversation with people about it. And the idea that can transcend and, from my own experience to theirs, is a powerful thing. And then I started writing, about some things that were happening in here in Charlottesville, and from the events of August of 2017, where I was on the ground the whole time to the tragedy, with our football players, and so those two things really allowed me to write something as I saw it, and not writing it from a sense of, I had some grand view of it, some 30,000-foot view, but in both of those cases, they were sort of a documentary songwriting process, and that's how I think I write, the best, and that's how I see myself as, as being most useful.
Yeah, I mean, I think music in general just brings out passion and brings out that conversation. Sometimes you can open up to talk about hard things, and
Yeah.
it was, and especially like the UVA incident, it's really hard to talk about, and
Yes.
by singing about it, it opens that up.
Yeah, and I will say that experience happened because I was lucky enough to be out there on the night that they did the vigil, the student vigil. A friend of mine, a photographer, said, "Do you want to come down?" I stood in the back and watched this incredible communion of people happen, and it was run entirely by the students. Every single thing about it in this song that I'm going to play later is true, happened. And my goal there was, as a documentarian, it was not, I was very conscious to not take on some idea that I was feeling what those students felt, because I couldn't possibly. So that's sort of how that
And
came
then
about.
your friend captured the picture with the 3 stars. I mean, that was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
What did your early professional direction or development look like? And did this direction surprise you or the people who thought they knew where you were headed?
I think it was always writing. My dad was the most elegant, facile writer I ever knew, and I came to a point when I realized that if I can survive handing a school essay to him to read, then no boss or no editor is ever going to really scare me. So I knew it would always be writing. I got into PR in that way, but writing has always been a big part of it, and frankly, just storytelling. So I don't think anyone would be surprised that was at the center of what I did.
When did you start seeing your music and songwriting as something that could have an impact?
I think it probably was, again, with the song with my dad. Here's the most personal thing I've ever written, and yet has become the most connecting thing I've ever written, and that is unique to music, I think. And certainly I wrote a song called Freedom Song after the events in 2017, and I was there throughout that whole day in a professional capacity, and was probably 20 feet from where they were administering CPR to Heather Heyer. And the whole thing of what I saw that day, as all of us can attest to, it's something we can never have imagined in our hometown, in our country, let alone our hometown. And so to witness that, again, I felt a responsibility in a way to share what I had seen. And I don't have any answers for some larger issue of that this song tackles, but it sort of is just a rallying cry in a way.
Well, back to the, you got a good one there. Every time Colleen and I hear that, I mean, we well up, because it's, and I know you're not singing that today, but I would encourage you all to check that song out. It's one of my favorite songs for sure.
I do kind of feel like it should come with like a warning label or something.
Yeah. Bring the Kleenex and a hanky. What would you say to someone who feels hesitant to advocate in their own way?
I think advocacy takes so many different forms, and so whether you're an artist or not, I think advocacy can come from conversations that you have with people. It can come with writing down your thoughts, whether you share them or not. It can come with working in the kind of effort that Colleen talked about with the incredible birthday thing you did yesterday. It can come with working for a nonprofit. So I don't think people should be afraid of taking that step and doing that. As an artist, I feel really lucky to be somewhat public with that advocacy and be able to put it in a form that I feel comfortable sharing. But I think the main part is everyone is an advocate, and everyone has the tools to be an advocate if they choose to be.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, just you're presented in life with opportunities to, when you meet someone, to just be kind to them, and of course, I mean, I have a unique perspective. When I have someone, I'm a dentist, so when I'm there, if I wanted to, I'd be like, "Who did you vote for?" But I don't do that. I don't do that. But yeah. So I think
I
that's
really commend your restraint.
No, but I think we should all look for opportunities. We're all presented with opportunities through people we meet, and I think that's how the big guy works through us. How we can positively impact others, and you can do it on a very large scale with your music, and I think it's very commendable.
Well, I don't have quite the experience you do, but I did a couple weeks ago. I was playing at a winery, and a woman had a big table of people. She said, "We're all from New Jersey. Can you do a song for us?" So I went in the place that anyone would think, and she said, "Oh, no, not Springsteen. My brother won't listen to any of his music anymore because of his political views." So I took that, and I played Thunder Road.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place to end on, John. And I think now we're probably ready to do a couple songs.
That sounds great.
All right.
That sounds
Okay.
great.
All right.
Wonder what you want the third one to be. This is Three Bright Stars, a song that I mentioned, and what DJ mentioned was the photo. So I got back from that night of seeing these kids and seeing what happened, and then I saw on social media a photo of stars, three bright stars over Cabell Hall, and the idea, I didn't know whether I was going to write a song until sort of that moment, and then I learned that a friend of mine is the one who took it, and it became the artwork for the song, and UVA was kind enough to support the recording of that. So this is that song. Was a different kind of silent night. Thousands huddled on the ground. Had been microphones and TV lights. The kids said, "Take them down." Horse was staring at the ground. Into one another's eyes. Wasn't till the photo went around. We saw them shining in the sky. There were three bright stars shining. Oh Lord. There were three bright stars leading us back home. There's a man who sits beside the bridge. He's there most every day and night. Tonight the only thing he's asking is everything all right? everybody filed out. Just as quiet as they came. The wind it blew those leaves about. Whispered those three names. There were three bright stars shining above. There were three bright stars. They were leading us back home. Thank you. Thank you so much. One of the nicest things that happened with that song was that the Carla Williams, athletic director at UVA, had heard it and told me that she had shared it with one of the moms, and that it had been something that she appreciated, and it felt healing to her, and that was incredible. It's this freedom song, and it was one of the key songs on the record that I did in 2020 with a producer named Rusty Spidell and with Michael Clem playing, and just an incredible experience. And this was from my experience in August of 2017. It's got a sing-along portion at the end that's not going to be very hard for you to figure out. So, in fact, we're going to do it right now just to practice. It goes like this. Where were you guys when I was working on this and needed a choir for the record? I've been looking the other way too long, trying to make my stand in the song. We watched our streets get overrun. They brought their hate, they brought their guns, shook the embers of an age-old fight. Now that it all has hit the fan, have we done all that we can? Join the choir. That's my brother crying in the street. That's my sister lying at your feet. Freedom song is not complete till everybody sings. Till everybody sings. Nobody knows what lies in store. It's easy to think there won't be more. But now we all know what to do. There's just one path to get us through, and it means we gotta stay united. Now that it all has hit the fan, have we done all that we can to make sure this ship of ours gets righted? That's my brother crying in the street. Yeah, you're gonna see the things I've seen. Understand what it is I mean. I walk the same streets every day, past where they carried her away. All the messages of purple flowers. It's up to us, we have a choice. Rise up with a single voice. So Lord, we all have the power. That's my brother crying in the street. That's my sister dying and so free. Freedom so is not complete till everybody sees. Till everybody sees. Thank you. It's bad we need to read out the lyrics to your own songs, but what happens is you write new ones and you get so obsessed with those, and then suddenly you go back to something you wrote that long ago, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that song. And then I played it at my house the other day, and I was like, whoa, I don't think I have that. Can't really mess up the lyrics to that song. Kind of messes up the whole thing. So I wrote this song, I guess it was a couple months after my dad passed away in 2013. And I was taking care of a friend's dog, going over and helping at Bryce Kellum's house. And so he had guitar sitting out, and I started to play. And after about 20 minutes, half an hour, I called my wife and son and said, you might want to, I think I got something. You might want to come over. So ended up playing it that day at a songwriter's gig at a winery. It's called Good One There. Sunday morning, I called my dad. Like 1,000 conversations we had. How's the family? Did you watch the game? Well, I thought the next one would be the same. But the next one was the one you fear. Things aren't looking very good. You get here. We sat for 3 days by his side. We talked and laughed. We talked and cried. time came, it just slipped away. The world was different than it was yesterday. Let the heavens sing, let the trumpets blare, let the church bells ring. Everywhere we lost a treasure beyond compare. Oh, St. Peter, you got a good one there. If you knew him, you understood. There are some people just born good, a wit so sure, and a heart so true, lit up every room he ever walked into. Let the heavens sing, let the trumpets blare, let the church bells ring. Everywhere we lost a treasure beyond compare. Oh, St. Peter, you got a good one there. Walked outside to the autumn cold, an orphan child, 50 years old. So thankful for the time I had, for another chance to say I love you, Dad. Let the heavens sing, let the trumpets blare, let the church bells ring, ring everywhere. We lost a treasure beyond compare. Oh, St. Peter, you got a good one there. Oh, St. Peter, you got a good one there. Oh, St. Peter, you got a good one there. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm already shifting tables, you can see it. You're gonna follow DJ back here. Sorry, I don't want you sitting at that table anymore, because then I'd have to talk to you about making me cry before I stand up here. So many of you know it's already happening. So, but for those of you who haven't been at the speaker series, we at this time turn our chairs inward and face our table companions for a time of breaking bread, a time of coming to a place that we come to in our tradition each and every week to remind one another and ourselves about a table of grace. A table of grace, a table of welcome, a table of sharing, a table of reconciliation, maybe new thoughts, maybe old thoughts that just keep bubbling back up. And God says, through the voice of the Son, look around this table. You've got a good one there. person sitting across from you, person maybe you haven't talked to in this place before, has a light of Christ within them. And with the light of Christ comes grand love and grand welcome. It comes a voice of advocacy when things are wrong and when you can help make them right. It comes from a place of receiving love and support and forgiveness, or when someone advocates for you, allowing yourself to be vulnerable for just a moment to think God can make this hot mess of a situation better. Because some of the best hot messes, scrambled eggs, egg roll in a bowl, your heart. So, oh ye, come ye, table hosts and hostesses, and know what you do. Looks like the gloves are next to you, David, to DJ, or whoever. He's trying to pass off the gloves. What we're going to do is I'm going to ask that whoever's going to be our table host or hostess follow the leader. I think we've all got this down. And then we'll have a time of shared communion with companions breaking bread together. May your hearts be blessed. May you feel a sense of a welcome here as the one who gathered some 2,000 years ago with those around a table, some who betrayed him, some who say they forgot him, some who forgot him maybe 15 minutes after he said goodbye. He still sat with them. He took the bread and he raised it, blessed it and broke it, and said, "Take this, all of you. This is my body to serve as a reminder of all that I've taught you." And in the same way, the cup was raised. It was blessed. It was shared. Aruk Adonai, blessings of the fruit of the vine for each one of you. Do this in remembrance of me. So now we will play our countdown, musical countdown, to remind us that though we would like to sit at this table for a lot longer, we have things to do when we leave this place. All of the elements are red elements, vegan, gluten-free, and alcohol-free. Good morning, everyone. We went the full 10, and we are excited to welcome John and DJ back up here for about 5 minutes of Q&A. If you can summarize some of those, scratch ones that are duplicate. We're going to hear some, I guess, some answers to our questions. The meaning of life. Take it away.
Thanks for keeping the bar low.
All right, well, this is appropriate. The first question is, what did your dad do?
He was in public relations, so for various trade organizations, and again, a lot of speech writing, just an incredible writer.
How, if ever, has your advocacy brought challenge or brought criticism?
I'm sure it has. I've been fortunate enough to not face it directly.
Are you a full-time singer-songwriter, or do you have another profession?
I am not. I'm actually in public relations as well, and a writer.
All right. Music first or lyrics first?
It's a great question. I've done both, and I've completely switched. I used to do lyrics first no matter what, and now I've completely switched, and I basically try to do at least one verse of it simultaneously. So I will have something that resonates with me, and then once I have that meter and rhythm, I will go back and write lyrics. And sometimes I'll write way more than I need, which is what I'm sort of doing now with songs, and then I cull it down.
Do you enjoy writing, recording, or playing live the most?
I'll go in reverse order. Recording is my least favorite because I'm not that, sort of, I don't know, fastidious player. I don't have the playing chops that a recording person would have. And so it's constantly a challenge for me. I also, when you're a singer-songwriter, you don't have to worry about rhythm and meter and drums. So the first couple times I recorded, my producer was like, dude, are you kidding me? He's like, you went through like 4 different time signatures, but I have gotten better at that. But yeah, recording is hard because it's the pressure of just getting it down. The best experience I've had, actually, I went down to Nashville last year, and my son, who's has a band down there, and he, for Christmas, gave me a day at his studio with him and his band recording one of my songs, and that was the best recording experience I've had. But then after that, it was singing. What were the other options?
It was playing live. It was recording.
Writing. I do love writing, maybe the most, because I think that it is such a thrill to be singing something suddenly that didn't exist before. That's what I sort of love the most about it. But I also really love playing live, and I play probably 50 shows a year, something like that, in various, mainly wineries. But like today, for instance, playing with Gary Green is an honor. Every time I do it, it's an honor. I never lose sight of that. And it actually, Glass House streams these, and they stay on their website. So the Glass House Facebook, I think, no, Glass House YouTube will have this show and every show that they do there.
Well, I just want to thank you so much for making time for being here. The last question is one that we all wish, but I don't think we can. It says, "Can you sing another song?" But you have to go catch him at the Glass House, okay, or online. Look at his. He's got a website. He's got a Facebook page, and you guys go out and support him. And you'll probably see me in front of one of the shows because I make a lot of noise when I go.
You'd be surprised by that. Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to close out this morning with there it goes. Okay, now I can see. With the song we've been using to close out every one of these July Sundays. May I be filled with loving kindness. Then we sing, may you be filled with loving kindness. And please look at somebody else and not just at the air. And then may we be filled with loving kindness. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be whole. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be whole. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be filled with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be whole.
Think would be a great add to our incredible collection of wisdom that we've gathered over these years. And may you take the blessing of loving kindness with you as you go and share it with those as you go to a world and to our own self that needs this kind of healing so much. God bless you, friends. See you next week. Same bat platform, same bat pulpit. God bless you.